I found this little gem in a local second-hand store today. It's a Lost City of Stoke-on-Trent. It's by Matthew Rice, who, for those who aren't familiar with his work, he's a artist, architect, designer, etc., also known as Mr. Emma Bridgewater. And of course, the Emma Bridgewater factory is located in Stoke-on-Trent. And he did this book in 2010. He apparently does urban sketching as well as architecture, which is no surprise. And it goes through loads of different things, like things that are unique to Stoke. There's one of his urban sketches. Things that are unique to Stoke and the area I live in. And, you know, all this beautiful red brick we've got and the Minton tiles. And, oh, it's just fabulous. Really interesting book. Here's another of Matthew's urban sketches. You can see very sketchy, I think it looks like pencil. Looks like a pencil sketch. So it's very different to his architectural style, which is more cutesy and illustrative. And of course, a lot of these places, I've lived here since 1990. So a lot of these places I'm very, very familiar with. And some of them have even gone already because this book was published 5 years ago. And Stoke is going through a massive regeneration scheme, which is part of the reason he did this book, was to show, you know, the heritage that's being lost. Price's Teapots, just up the road from me in Longport. And he's even got some of the history of the pottery itself. What I found really fun about this book is that alongside his architectural illustrations, he's got notes about the places, the buildings themselves, and that's exactly what I've been doing. In fact, this is the same church. This is St John the Baptist in Burslem, and this is the front view. So this is the front view of this tower. So the front would be here. And I've done exactly the same thing. I've been, you know, researching it, and I found out Josiah Wedgwood was baptised here in 1780. Obviously, I did a quick Google search. He's obviously done a lot more research for a book. So there's lots of interesting notes that I can look at and go, oh, I didn't know that, you know. I mean, I knew when the church was built. I knew when it was reformed. I knew when it was rebuilt. I knew who built it. But there's still things in here that I didn't know. And here's another one you might recognise from my recent sketches. This is St Joseph's Roman Catholic Church, just up the road from me in Hall Street. And this is my sketch of it that I did the other week. So you can see it hasn't changed very much. Quite a similar style. I'm really liking the fact that his style of architecture, it's not so much technical drawing as illustration, and I really love that because that's the style that I go for, as you can see. So really interesting to see how he drew it versus how I drew it. I'm just absolutely loving going through this book. And because I'm fascinated with the local architecture and I'm suddenly into this urban sketching, I may have to go and find some of these buildings that he's drawn, and go and see what they look like now, see if anything's changed, see if they've been upgraded or anything. Really fun.